she was kind of old-fashioned looking, I guess. She combed her hair right back, so slick that her face shined. She was a lady. And so there's another young lady that belonged to a very prominent church. And, brother, she was pretty wild. And she went out to dances and carried on all the time. And she used to meet this little lady who was come up there at church, and she said, "You know what's the matter with you?" Said, "It's that crazy preacher you got up there. That's what it is." Said, "He believes in all that stuff." Said, "I wouldn't pay no attention to that." She said, "It's not my preacher, it's my Lord that's in me tells me not to do it." See? And she said, "Well, he's just narrow-minded, that's all there is to it." She said, "You mean my Lord is narrow-minded?" She said, "No matter what my preacher would say," she says, "my Lord in my heart tells me that women should dress in modest apparel." See? And she said, and this girl made fun of her, and at school she'd always make fun of her. So this young lady from the other church become a very prominent girl in her church. Frankly, she become a Sunday school teacher. And it happened to be that my cousin's girl went to this Sunday school. What they had of a morning was what the date was the night before and so forth. 15 minutes of time they had to get out. So the girl went out with a boy that carried a little flask in his pocket. The first thing you know, she got to running out, and she got sick. The doctors got to it too late. Mr. Perkins, which works for the Coots Funeral Company, is a good friend of mine. He works for the Vissing Motor Company in Jeffersonville. Now, he did work then for the Coots undertaker. He was an embalmer. This girl got real sick. They called the doctor, and the doctor could do nothing for her. She had a social disease, and it was too far. Nothing could be done. 4+. Run out. So, all of her little class gathered in to see the angels come down and pack her home. Now, this is true. Just go take her home. The angels had come. So they was all gathered around singing songs. Her pastor walking up and down the floor outside in a hall with a cigarette and a holder, walking back and forth up and down, waiting for the last minute to come for the girl. And she was all ready, done had her hair fixed and things for her funeral and everything, was laying there waiting, and death struck her. When death struck her, agony began to come. And she began to say, I'm lost. I'm lost. Instead of angels coming, she was lost. She said, where is that girl from the tabernacle? Call her Lucille McCartney. I hope her people's not, if she's sitting here, it's all right. Said, where is Lucille McCartney? Get her to me at once. Oh, the girls run got the pastor. Said, we'll go get the pastor. They run him in there. He come in and said, now, here. She said, I'm lost. I'm lost. Oh, he said, I'll call the doctor and give you a hypo. He said, you're getting delirious. She said, you deceiver of man. She said, I'm lost and going to hell, and you're the cause of it. She said, tell that girl, I said, come here. They sent after Lucille, but she didn't get there. Her girl died. And when they went, Mr. Perkins went to embalm the body, put the tubes in, said he kept pumping fluid, a young lady, and they noticed the fluid, he put a gallon or more, and the fluid kept going away, and come to find out, he opened up the big hole down eating her that big, syphilitic. It was gone. Now, brother, let me tell you something. I say if the preacher behind the pulpit would have stayed with the old-fashioned gospel and God kept the thing straight, we wouldn't have so much of this juvenile delinquency and everything else that we got today, and the trouble that we got. God still looks down upon that. And how can you preach divine healing and the power of God when you associate with such as that? You can't do it. Oil and water won't mix. That's right. It's got to be one way or the other. Now I'm not a legalist. I'm not this, that. I am a legalist. I'm not a legalist. I'm a Christian. That's right, see. Now, I'm not taking sides, but I'm telling what the gospel says. Look, it's too bad that the church has lost their vision of the resurrected power of Jesus Christ, where he said in the old days when he appeared to them and gave visions and understandings, he does the same thing today.